Hey loves, Iman. I am launching something super juicy, super fun, and I think you will love it. Let me share what it is. I'm finally launching a program that you can still do your personal development, still do your inner work, but you can also get your partner involved. And if you're just new in a relationship or if you've been together for a long time, if it's a relationship of any form, you just started seeing each other, or you've been married for a long time, or it's one of your partners on your constellation, if you are different genders, same gender, fluid in your genders, all of you can benefit the same. What I've done was, I am on a tantric sex course, and as I'm finishing it, I adapted the program there to my very formula, which is a trauma-informed formula that supports us to work on reconnecting to our body and completing stress cycles and integrating or healing, if that's your word, old wounds, old misalignments, and we're doing all this while having a lot of fun. So it's an online thing, meaning you will do it from the comfort of your home. You will do your own setting. You will do your own practice, and you will have as much privacy as you want. You can turn off your camera, you can turn off your mic, and you will have me guiding. And whenever you don't want me there, we will be talking about it. There will be a few sessions that you'll be doing by yourself, and there will be sessions to be done together. And anything that comes up as resistance, we can address with the usual tools like family constellation, somatic experiencing, talking, inner child work, anything that is at your service. So I'm very excited, and I want to read what is more or less the outline of the program. So we start with connecting through breathwork on the first session with your own relationship to your body. And I will bring in any of my tools to support you based on where you're at, as long as that really connects you with your full alignment. So if you are familiar with energy work, with energy centers, with chakras, it will be more aligned for you, because tantric sex will address this language, will address the alignment of your body's energy, right? So I'll be calling it chakras here. You'll be sitting down with a straight spine, and we are going to work on the balance of your chakras. And that's like first thing we need for tantric sex, right? And then after this, we'll be working on the second session, which is about better sex. If you and your partner want to be on this together, we'll have different individual sessions for each one of you, where we'll do the body and the better sex, but not together. The better sex for folks on male bodies, it's supportive for sexual empowerment, engagement, deeper sex, and sexual gifts to be received. And for folks on female bodies, in emotional safety, empowering sexuality, depth of intimacy, and return to sexual surrender. The third one, sacred sex, it's optional to be done with or without self-pleasure. And it starts with you laying down, and I will guide you towards breath work and embodiment, energy work, and it will support you to create this sacred sex within, so that you are ready for session 4, which is when you actually do it together. And that it starts with the sensual sexual adventure. And in there, we'll be working with the 5 senses awakening, really supporting that presence and enhancement of your experience, of your pleasure intake. And I'll be guiding you through an exquisite erotic adventure. And there will be no explicit sexuality there. It starts with this sensual, but if you do get hit up and you do want to continue, at the end of the session, I'll leave you both to be and you continue on your own, as it will be in all the subsequent sessions. Otherwise, we sit and we integrate from the sensual approach, having those tools being guided through how did you both feel what came up. And then we have the next session, which would be still on the connected communication that we used on the previous one, still with some breath work, but now we are building on top of it, and the sensual comes to sensual massage. And this is usually everyone's favorite, because that's when I guide you and your partner to give a genital massage on each other, step by step. Mind you, all this you can record and you will have access to all those tools, this guidance for the rest of your life. And for people with vulva, it will be a massage, and for male bodies would also be a massage. I'm not quite sure if I can be saying the name of your genitals in this video, but you got the point. So that's a 1 hour massage with step by step, and I will be guiding you through, and you will have a lot of fun. And if any time between the strokes and techniques you guys just want to go and do your own thing, you can just let me know. Otherwise, when we finish, I'll leave you both to be and you continue. And then comes session 6, which is full body orgasms. If you have been following me for a while, you know that I'm super excited about it because it's one of my favorite things, obviously. And I will be guiding you through this experience in learning how to facilitate this for each other and to join together having this exquisite experience. And if those are things you already do, but you have done it by chance, or you don't really know how you get there, or you do know, but why not to do it again? Here we go. So afterwards, if you want to continue making love and integrate in another session, it's all to you, right? Think of if you can have this guidance in your bedroom and record it to have forever, but it's really tailored for your sexuality, for your body. And remember, on the beginning of it, I already had this opportunity to stay with your body, learn your ways. So by the time we are in this 6th session, I already know your way, and I can guide you through if you are more tactile, if you are more of your sight sensitivity, if there be some things that are your brakes and accelerators. By now I would know, and you both would also know. What I see happening after is that couples get really close together, and some of the conflicts that they were used to have, they disappear because they become so close body to body into each other's world, and they feel so confident in knowing how to take each other there, that sometimes an issue about bills and in-laws weren't ever what they seemed to be. They were actually sexual frustration, and now they got sorted. It's really a fun way to do your couple's work. Yeah, there is a value of sitting with a therapist in a clinic and talking about he said, she said, they said. And there is also value in doing it in your bedroom. Obviously, we'll be signing contracts and it's no disclosure. If you go on my website, you will notice that I don't have a whole lot of testimonies because most people have signed that whatever happened, it belongs only to them. And that's the case with you too. I will not ask you to expose yourself after going through this unless it's something you wish for. It's literally at your service. And my way of seeing it is the better sex folks out there have with self-awareness and presence, the better it will be the world that I and my children will live in. Hello? What an activism, right? Anyways, I could talk about it the whole day, but I want to carry on and keep on going here. So This full body orgasm is also where we bring things like eye gazing and other types of breath works. You will learn many of them. And sensual play will also be there. And there will be a few options that I will give you during session. And if you want to explore all of them, then we do multiple sessions, and in each one of them we explore some of them. There are many tools and techniques, really. And if any time there will be, okay, this is too much for me, remember, I'm a trauma-informed person who is literally working on trauma resolution. So if this is what comes up, one of you or both of you feel like we really wish we could keep on exploring, but then there's always that thing when one of us can't carry on because it was too much. This is the point of having a professional. And that's where I would show up. So the next session would be sacred sex and spirit love making. And what that really means is you learn how to connect so deeply energetically that you might even by this point be having energy orgasms even without penetration or physical anything, if that's available for you. Otherwise, there will be other ways where you will learn to be so connected that there's so many other ways to have fantastic sex beyond what you ever thought was possible. It's amazing. It's just amazing. I'm limited to what I can share in this platform, right? So I'm just going to stay with, hey, it's amazing, trust me. Next one is, we are already by now on the 8th session, which we're working with sacred sex, especially for the ones who are interested in building sacred union. It's a primal sacred sex. We are always working with all the holistic tools of sex, which would be breath, sound, movement, focus, and intention. And on the primal sacred sex, we are obviously working a lot with sounds and movement. And it's really primal. And if you're any bit like me, this is going to be your favorite. We work around divine invocation. We work around immersion and being just animals and enjoying it in their way. But yeah, I'll be guiding you through that. By this point, we are in session 8, right? You're already so deep and so familiar that you are always building on top of the last one. So it's just, and you're learning how to circle your energy. You may have learned by now many of those techniques of sexual mastery that I teach individually, and you bring it to this pair work. And then the next one is sacred sex on the chakra play, sex magic. For the ones who love manifestation work, this is how we learn how to do powerful manifestation prayers together as two divine beings in your turn on, in your sex. And just like in all of them, there will be no intercourse during the session, and afterwards I'll leave you to be when you have finished those exercises and you do you, if you want. And we're always going to have opportunity to integrate the experience. We build it together. And then the last session is the chakra love making. My personal experience of this one is, it comes to a point that it really feels like I can read the thoughts and the sensations. It's like I'm inside my partner's body. We become so connected after this journey that it's like the true feeling that we are one, but with very strong boundaries of individuated experience. So I am wholly me and us. There is no words. This is something you have to experience yourself. And that's why I'm offering this experience. And I'm so excited. I'm leaving the link below if you just want to go and have a look at it. I'm also accepting case studies. And the case studies will eventually disclose the experience. And I will be using it for testimonials and for marketing and talking about your experience. But for this, you get a fantastic discount and you get this whole experience for a really significant discount. So yeah, there are 2 ways to work with this. Do let me know. I would really be looking forward for comments, for questions. Obviously, you can email me directly if you don't want to leave it in here. And as always, thank you so much for your attention.